Hello, Murray Newlands with YourStory here in Mountain View at Startup Grind with John Boit. John, you're a journalist and an advisor to many companies. Tell us about some of the things that you do.
So I've been advising startup companies for the last several years, 3-4 years, usually in the area of social media, and helping them run their business better, helping them get more traffic, helping them with their SEO, all sorts of different things related to that. So
give us some tips. If you are either seeking an advisor or seeking to be an advisor to companies, if people are asking you for advice, what are your tips for other advisors?
First thing you would want to try and do is make sure that you have a lot of patience. So patience is number one, really, and don't be sensitive, too. So, I mean, patience in terms of understanding the speed at which some of these startup folks work. And so, the cases with a lot of smaller companies, they're going a mile a minute. They're going to ask you for advice on a certain thing, and they may forget that they've actually received advice from you that several weeks ago. And so you've got to try and maintain your patience and understanding with startup founders, especially, and the entire startup team that you may be working with. So many different things that you should keep in mind. The actual team of a startup that you're advising may change completely. A couple people may lose the job. A couple new people may come in. So you're going to be dealing with new teams all the time. It's actually, as a startup advisor, you end up meeting so many different people and doing so many different things with different people as part of a team that changes all the time, that you learn and you learn and you learn. It's a great way to learn how to manage teams and work with teams and get along with people and all that different kind of stuff.
So give me some other pieces of advice that you've given that have really resonated well with founders.
So with founders, I think that for me, I primarily work with marketing. So I think essentially, a lot of the issues that a startup founder is going to have is going to be with being realistic about what's possible. So a startup founder co-founders may think that pie is the sky in terms of maybe getting certain press coverage, and you're going to have to be there, and you might want to try and get that for them, but you also have to keep setting their expectations realistically. So they're not always going to get the pie in the sky dream of what they want. They think that they obviously think that their company is the greatest thing that has ever been, or they think that it's really solving a tremendous problem. Everyone should notice this, and trying to get them to see the forest instead of just their tree is an important thing, and that's a key tip that I would give for sure.
We're working to get coverage. If you're looking at a company, what do you try and actually do or create to make that press coverage happen?
So in addition to sort of really trying to forge a lot of different connections out there with journalists and people who can possibly cover your story, what I primarily work with is content. So in order to be able to sort of rank in Google and Yahoo and Bing, you're going to want to actually create content that works really well, is done effectively, written well, isn't something that could be registered as spam, just solid content, and want to be able to push that out there and get it seen by people, work to come up with a narrative about your company early on and how it fits into the product market fit, right? You're going to want to be able to tell that to the various people out there who might be able to tell the world about your company. So you're going to want to really help, primarily working with marketing and content and a product is sort of where I want to try to always come in, and those are the areas that you're going to want to concentrate on the most.
So really clarifying the story and working out how that story is going to have hooks for the media, social media, and the audience is going to resonate with.
Yeah, definitely, because a lot of these reporters have seen it all. They've seen it all. They've seen so many different pitches on so many different days over the last however many years. You're going to want to you got to try and get that narrative that really makes sense, that is something that they might want to cover. And you also have to have a pretty high degree of tolerance for getting rejected. And if you're involved in a startup, then you probably already have some of that anyway. A lot of these reporters are going to say, "What are you showing me to this for? I don't get the pitch at all, and we're not interested in this right now." But if you keep trying and you have a good group of contacts and everything like that, you'll probably be able to find a couple people who are going to take the story and run with it.
So people want to connect with you. How do they do that?
A couple different ways. I'm at Boitnott on Twitter, so @JBoitnott, and also you can contact me via email, john.boitnott@gmail.com.
John, thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Murray.
I'm Murray Newlands with YourStory. I'll see you next time.